as Cisanet prison, we thought it wise to work extra hard in the garden or in the field, so that our prison should be self-sufficient in food, in order to transform our prisoners, and so that if the prison has been transformed, life after prison should be easy for them. They will be able to do what they have learned in prison. That is the good things they have learned in the prison.
Anabomanga ndiye wasintiko kwambira kuti ndikuthokoza bwana mthulamana aiswa andisinta moyo wanga kuti ndimufuna zoti ndapita kunjako ndikapitize tsogolo limene ndikupangani.
Just to give one example, when those prisoners who are keeping those rabbits, when they are decided from prison, we are supposed to give them 2 rabbits after discharge, just to keep them going, and so that they should be able to do what they have learned in prison. So those prisoners, they are learning something, and nowadays our prison has changed for the better. Our aim is to transform a prisoner. So we are just trying. What we are doing, we are doing those activities just to reform and transform our prisoners.
At Cisanet, we chose to work with prisons because you know the stories that we have heard so many times about the shortage of food in prisons. So we decided that the best way is to find a sustainable approach for prisons to be able to feed themselves. Yes, we can appeal for funding. Yes, we can appeal for support for prisons to get food. But the best way to address this challenge is to use the labor that is available, the prisoners themselves, and the resources that they have, for example, land, to grow their own food as a model for sustaining livelihoods for prisoners.
Our prisoners here at Cisanet, they eat 3 times a day. That is breakfast, lunch, and supper. And we grow soya beans here. The aim of growing these soya beans is to give these prisoners who are on ART, because they have their special breakfast prepared, which is given to them. So this breakfast is mainly this breakfast, which is mixed with soya, is mainly for these patients on ART. You know, we as Cisanet prison, our mission statement is to transform prisoners. So we do everything possible so that our prisoners are being transformed according to the laws of the country.
The right to adequate food, not just right to food, but right to adequate food. Sometimes you find that they eat once, or sometimes they don't even eat. Like now we were doing with Cisanet and other NGOs, civil society organizations, we are doing a national assessment being led by the Human Rights Commission, where we have visited some prisons. You could find that they are in dire, that there is no food. So sometimes you find they'll go 3 days without food. Somewhere you find that they have food, but the issue of having food once a day, this is very, very true. And it is one thing that Gebo Masangana's determination, you know, the case said no to that because that's a direct violation of a right of food.
Kuno nkhani chakudya simavuta kwenikweni chifukwa chonena kuti timazilimira tokha timalima mbewu zosiyanasiyana. Oti nkhani ya madyoso mama timathoma phala masana sima madzuloso sima.
Now that we have shown that this can work, the next step, especially in the next funding window for this project, which is expected to begin in July up until June next year, is to now start discussing with policymakers and those that have influence in the Department of Nutrition, the department that is responsible for prisons, the Parliamentary Committee on Nutrition, Parliamentary Committee on Agriculture, to say, look here, we have a challenge. Our prisoners, we have heard so many stories about how they have been suffering from food shortages. Why don't we do this? Why don't we utilize the labor that is available to allow them to grow their own food so that they are able to feed themselves 3 times a day?